off a close win against Spalding, who will now face Georgetown Visitation, who have just won 2 games. Roland Park's impressive win against Spalding, who is ranked number 4 in the country, gives RPCS a touch of confidence coming into this one. But Georgetown Visitation is also coming off 2 wins by a large margin, making today an interesting and exciting matchup. Now we'll have the starting lineups.
Starting for our Roland Park Country School Reds, we have number 36, Ella Athanas on defense. Number 5, Minnie Birch on attack. Number 23, Callista Connor on midfield. Number 24, Charlotte Dent on attack. Number 46, Lily Gherkin on defense. Number 25, Grace Holthouse on attack. And number 21, Isabel Inslee on attack. Starting in goal, we have Avery Mason, number 29. Starting on midfield, Reagan Ramsey, number 18. Defender, Hadley Root, number 12. Attacker, Josie Staley, number 22. And defender, Caitlin Williams, number 4.
For Georgetown Visitation, our starters are, for defense, Grace Beard, Megan Meyer, Kate Lesniewski, and Addie Collins. On attack, we have Chase Hobson, Annie Madden, Clary DeFore, and Hope Ballard. On midfield, we have Kenzie Herself, Jen Murray, and Maeve McCarthy. Our starting goalie for Georgetown is Addie Moore.
Alright, I muted it.
Should we tell the people above? It's on mute. Should we tell the people above us that we're online? Because I think they're being quiet. I'm scared. Sure, go ahead and do it. Do it. I'm scared. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. How do we do like this? No, we can't do it. Do you want to tell us?
We can. Maybe ahead of time one of us can run over and get tape. But
Should I unmute it? Do you want to say something?
yeah, sure. We have one viewer. The game will be starting quite soon. Doing the draw on midfield, we will have Callista Connor, and on the circle, Reagan Ramsey.
They probably have an attacker on the circle. What do you want to say?
We probably just messed up the
No, we didn't mess up anything.
But we're the ones that wrote the
Annika told us that Annika wrote down the positions.
Who's our viewer? We have 2 viewers. Can we see who they are?
No.
This is a very exciting and interesting matchup today because both teams are coming in with a bit of confidence. RPCS just beating Spalding, who is ranked number 4 in the country, and Georgetown Visitation is also coming off 2 wins by a large margin.
Taking the draw, we have number 27, Kenzie Rassis. On the circle, we have midfielder Maeve McCarthy. Can you see her number? And number 22, Quinn Murray. Taking the draw for Roland Park, we have number 23, Callista Connor, number 18, Reagan Ramsey, and number 21, Isabel Inslee.
Isabel's playing.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I don't know what to say. We just have to no, unmute it.
Possession won by Georgetown Visitation. It's off. Georgetown Visitation this season has had a very strong offense. Their past 2 games, they've scored over 12 goals, which shows that Roland Park will really need to step up their defense to play against them today.
Number 22 takes it in, but passes to 27.
Number 27, Kenzie Rassis, is a strong attacker. She's committed to Notre Dame. Missed goal by
7.
Say something. Say something. Claire, say something.
19 drives. Passes to
Oh.
backward shot just attempted by Georgetown Visitation.
That shot was by
Oh, a
number
feed. Oh.
27,
Great shot by number 27.
Kenzie Rosas.
Kenzie Rassis, committed to Notre Dame, right in the bottom. Right in the bottom right corner. Avery Mason, the goalie committed to University of Southern California, is a really strong goalkeeper this season, but that was a perfect shot placement by number 27, Kenzie Rassis. On the draw, we have Callista Connor.
Roland Park has been strong on the draw this season, and we can see that happening right now as they just gained possession.
This is freshman number 4, Caitlin Williams. She's taking a fall. It seems she's injured. She gets up, but it seems to be taking a sub. Coming in on the field, we have number 52, Blake Croft. Where's the coach? Caitlin Williams has come out of the game, seeming like she knocked the wind out.
She's headed over with the athletic trainer now, so we'll be looking to see how she progresses.
Number 18 starting with the ball for Roland Park. Pass to Blake Croft.
It'll be interesting to see how this injury affects Roland Park today because Caitlin is, as her coach says, a strong defense player and also a great draw taker. She's also known for her dedication.
Yeah, it's a shame for Roland Park. Caitlin's the hard hustler. And now with the ball up top, we have, what a feed. Goal number 24, Charlotte Dent, committed to Georgetown. She's a great hustler. Her coach says that she's currently coming back from an injury. She has a great lacrosse IQ and great field vision as an excellent assister. That was a perfect cut by her and great shot placement.
Good job, Grace. Way to create.
Tennybell, how are you feeling about the game today? What are your predictions?
I think that Georgetown Visitation's offense is very good, and I think Roland Park's defense really needs to step up today because they've been having a little bit of struggle this season. But I think if they work hard, I think Roland Park can pull through with the win today.
And what do you think, Clara?
Well, we watched the beginning and end of the JV game earlier, which was Roland Park versus Georgetown, and it was a close game, and Georgetown won in the last seconds, so hopefully this will be an equally as close game.
Now we have a drive. Oh, perfect feed.
That is a goal for Georgetown Visitation.
I can't see that.
That was a great shot by her, but Roland Park's going to need to step up the defense since they've already had a couple shots on goal.
Yeah, great shot placement. Georgetown Visitation has been taking really good time with their shots and feeding their cutters. Roland Park really needs to mark up on cutters better if they want to keep up. On the draw, we have Callista Connor. 1-2. Georgetown Visitation is up by 1 with 9 minutes left in the first quarter.
Just missed that one, but number 21 for RPCS takes it.
Isabel Inslee, she's a great attacker, committed to Princeton.
Around the goal, number 9.
Minnie Birch. Now we have a Good defense by Georgetown Visitation. A drop ball, but Roland Park seems to keep possession.
That was a really good idea of a pass, but Georgetown Visitation was all over that.
Roland Park is currently passing the ball around, trying to get some motion.
Great dodge and feed. Wow, that was a beautiful
shot by number 21, Josie Staley. My bad, that was actually Isabel Inslee.
Yeah, that was a great shot. I mean, Isabel Inslee is committed, as I said, she's committed to Princeton to play lacrosse. She's the only junior captain on the team, which shows she's a great leader. And she's actually been named an all-conference player, so she's very reliable for Roland Park.
She's definitely someone to watch out for today. We often see her working on her skills a ton during the day, which just shows her commitment to the sport. Fight for the ball. Got it.
See drop and
Roland
shoot.
Park recovers the draw.
Yeah. Reagan Ramsey, she's committed to Johns Hopkins. Great, so reliable on the draw and just a great overall player. Now we have freshman.
Watch it out.
Then we have sophomore Minnie Birch. Good drive, wow, great feed. Top corner.
That was a great goal by RPCS, and now the score is 3-2.
Callista
Reds in the lead.
Connor.
With 7 minutes left in the first quarter.
Something's not, yeah.
Callista Connor is a great player. Her coach says she's a great true way midfielder. She contributes on both ends of the field and is very smooth with the ball. She seems to be winning most of the draws and getting them to her teammates, which is great on her part.
This game is also off to a close start, and we can tell both teams are playing great, both on the offense and defensive end, but they're each going to need to step up to compete in this one.
Yeah, both teams have great offenses, so I believe today will be a pretty high-scoring game now that's only been 5 minutes, and we already have 3-2.
A fight for the ball, but 21 controls it.
Now we have low with freshman starter Josie Staley. She's new to the team this year and is a great player.
Georgetown Visitation communicating very loudly and very well on the defensive end.
Yes, Megan!
It seems to be Isabel Inslee, number 21, is being face guarded by Georgetown Visitation, which shows her threat.
Yeah, she is definitely a threat for RPCS, and that is great defense by Georgetown Visitation.
Yeah, that is actually a junior, Megan Mayer, defending Isabel.
Gladdy.
Another goal for RPCS. That is number 23, Callista Connor.
The score is now 4-2. RPCS on top with 6 minutes 45 seconds left in the first quarter.
All right, let's go, Cubs!
Let's go, Kenzie.
Come on, Ken!
On the draw, we have Kenzie Rassis, committed to Notre Dame, junior, 2026.
There are a ton of impressive commits for each team here, with several future college lacrosse players in the midst.
Yeah, these are both two very competitive teams, and today will be a fun matchup. Coming from Washington, D.C., Georgetown Visitation is the visitor for today's game, but I think it'll be a pretty even matchup today.
Georgetown Visitation coach said they were hungry for the win today, but they also are always committed to just getting better in every game, and that is their goal throughout the season.
Yeah, the Visitation coach actually did say that
for Georgetown Visitation. That makes the score 4-3. The Reds still in the lead.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
Good job, Quinn. Let's go, Ken. Let's go, Maeve.
That was a great shot by midfielder Quinn Murray, committed to Stanford. She's a great player for Georgetown Visitation.
Yes.
Draw possession by number 27, Kenzie Rassis.
The Georgetown Visitation coach trying to set something up on the sidelines.
Georgetown currently passing the ball around looking for pucks from
That was great defense by two freshmen, number 9, Kara Walters, and number 36, Ella Thanis. They're both very hard workers for the Reds this season. Ball's outside of the goal. The Reds have been good at clearing this season, but they definitely need to make smarter passes if they want to get the ball over their restraining line.
Yeah, we've noticed a couple drop passes so far, but number 25 taking it down.
Ball's behind, looking for cutters. That's great defense by number 12. By number 42, Addie Collins, committed to Virginia Tech, who seems to be playing on Isabel very tightly. She's a great defender.
That is a great cut by Isabel Lindsay, but she did not get that pass.
The Reds are struggling to keep on to the ball, but their shots are going. A great save by Avery Mason, committed to University of Southern California. She's been very strong in the goal this season, and she's a great player.
That was a very good shot, though, by Georgetown Visitation. And we can definitely see their speed and athleticism coming in there as she took the ball quite a bit way up the sideline.
Get that ball. Great check, Ed.
Another intercepted
Good job,
pass.
Addie.
Yeah, that was a great check by Georgetown Visitation's defense. The Reds need to step up on the ride and keep hustling to get the ball back.
Teddy, well, do you think we're seeing a shift in momentum here?
Yes, I think the Reds really need to keep up their hustle from the start. I think they can keep the lead in this game if their defense keeps hustling, but their offense needs to be smarter with the ball.
I agree. What do you think, Claire?
I agree with all those things. And unfortunately for the Reds, they have two of their great players, Lila Barish and Mackenzie Becker, out today with RPCS.
Ball's up top with number 22, Quinn Murray, who's committed to Stanford. It's great defense by freshman Ella Thanis. It's number 27, Kenzie Rassis. Great pass, great
Another
save.
shot on goal for Georgetown Visitation.
Really stepped to the ball. Really stepped to the ball by Avery Mason. Ball's awarded to Georgetown Visitation.
There are 2 minutes remaining in the first period. We can see how engaged the RPCS coach is as she has made her way up and down the sideline this game.
Maya, how do you think the teams are doing with their communication?
I think we're seeing a lot of communication from both, but Georgetown Visitation especially has been very loud on both the offense and defense. RPCS more so on the defensive end, so I'm looking to see if they will continue that for the offense.
That was a great check after an incredible save by Avery Mason. She's up to 3 saves at the start of this first quarter. Georgetown Visitation hits a pipe.
Georgetown Visitation has the ball in their end. Number 22, keeping it slow.
That was a great hustle by number 6, Chase Hobson. She's been a great player for Georgetown Visitation this season on attack. Ball's up top with attacker Annie Madden, committed D1 to Drexel.
That's a goal from her, making it a tie game.
Yeah, Annie.
48 seconds left in this quarter, and the score is 4-3.
Come on, let's get it. Let's get one more.
This has already been a very exciting game with 4 goals for each team. They both have been playing extraordinarily on the offense and defensive ends.
There you go, Black. Good job.
All right, taking this draw, we have again Callista Connor and Kenzie Rassis on the draw. They're both exceptional draw takers, so this has been an interesting matchup against them with pretty even draws.
Lots of people fighting for the ball.
Foul, ball awarded to Roland Park Country School Reds. Now they're going to try to clear this ball down to the... We have ball with attacker Grace Holthouse committed to Bucknell. And score is 4-4 with 30 seconds remaining. Let's see if the Reds can take a lead with the last quarter. What a feed. Ooh. Wow, diving shot by Isabel Inslee. That was perfect shot placement.
That was a great goal by her, even with the contact.
There are 20 seconds left now. Let's see if Georgetown Visitation can make any offensive or defensive stops right here.
Let's get one. Let's get one. Get aggressive, Black.
The Reds have taken a lead, so they're hoping that they can get this possession to keep the ball on their side and keep up with their lead.
Let's go.
On the circle, we have number 22 for Georgetown Visitation, Quinn Murray, committed to Stanford. Number 19, Maeve McCarthy, committed to Virginia Tech. And on the circle, Kenzie Rassis, committed to Notre Dame. Wow. That was a great possession by Maeve McCarthy.
They've got 5 seconds remaining.
Great interception by goalie Avery Mason. She's going to chuck it downfield, hoping to get goal. And that is the end of the first quarter. We have the Reds 5, Georgetown Visitation 4.
Not much. Laura is having like her birthday party.
Okay, I muted it. That the mic goes off? Can you tell when the mic goes off? Yeah, because that's when the mic's on and it knows when it's off.
We need to talk like more.
What
about,
are your first impressions of the game so far?
I think offensively, the Roland Park Country School Reds have really impressed me with their cutting and how well they're feeding into their cutters. And I think Georgetown Visitation's defense has been very good on 1v1s. I think they have some strong defenders.
I think there have been a lot of individual players who have stepped up throughout this game, such as Isabel Inslee, who we talked about earlier. She is the leading goal scorer on the team. And what do you think about her individual performance so far?
I think she's worked really hard this season. She's actually been named a PNC Achiever, which is someone who excels in the classroom, on the field, and as a good friend and with volunteering. So that's just amazing by her. And I also think someone that has impressed me is Grace Holthouse, committed to Bucknell. She's very skilled and she has great vision on the field, and she's gotten a lot of tough passes that she's worked towards. Clara, how do you think Georgetown Visitation's offense has been doing?
I think they've been keeping it very 50-50. I've been very impressed with how fast this is going. and there's been lots of fast breaks, but they've also been doing a great job of controlling the ball when they need to settle it.
Yes, I agree. This has been a very, very fast-paced game and just really fun to watch on both teams' ends.
Absolutely. And we are starting the second period now.
And we're starting the first quarter in a little bit. The second quarter. Reds 5, Georgetown Visitation 4.
What do you think the conversations are in the huddles right now? If there's any key moments they think should change on both the offensive and defensive end?
I would say defensively for Georgetown Visitation, I think they need to play a little bit more team defense with marking up on their cutters and communicating. And I think for Roland Park, I think they need to be smarter with the ball on the clears, but they're doing a great job. What about you, Clara?
Yeah, I think both teams need to have more control during transitions so that they are able to have more possession time.
Yeah, and starting on the draw, we have Isabella Inslee, Callista Connor, and Reagan Ramsey. And for Georgetown Visitation, we have Kenzie Rassis taking the draw and over the head of Reagan Ramsey. Good defense by number 9, Kara Walters, who's actually new to the team this year. She is
Her coach says that she is a two-way midfielder. She's small but speedy and hardworking.
She also mentions that she shows a lot of progress in the future with the program. And what a save by Avery Mason. She's played exceptional today.
That is a ton of saves for Avery Mason so far in this game, especially with a lot of on-goal shots from Georgetown Visitation.
Yeah, Avery has played so well in the Spalding game with nearly 20 saves against the number 4 team in the country, which she's just been very impressive this season for the Reds. Clara, how do you think having a great goalie, it makes the team better?
I think that goalies are really great leaders on the field, especially when conducting the defense. And when you have a really good goalie, it just makes the team stronger in so many ways. On Park here is currently controlling the ball on offense.
I think it is a very important skill for the goalie to be able to communicate, as she has done so far in the game.
Yeah, I agree. And we have the ball up top with Minnie Birch, passing it over to Reagan Ramsey. Dodge Reagan Ramsey. She seems to pass it off to Minnie. Great low bouncer right in the corner. And Georgetown Visitation's goalie, Addie Moore, is committed to Bucknell, so the fact that she's been able to score on such a great goalie is very impressive for the Reds.
We also have a player from RPCS, Great Holthouse, who is also committed to Bucknell. So that is an interesting game that they'll be with each other in the future.
Yeah, future teammates, which is very exciting.
The score is 6-4, Reds on top with 10 minutes left till the half.
Go Black!
We're also seeing a lot of support from the sidelines.
Yeah, it seems like both teams have great encouragement. Draw doesn't go up, so redo the draw, and let's see if the Reds or Visitation can pull through with this draw possession.
Let's go Black!
We can hear and see the energy from both teams.
Personally, I can really hear number 30, Kate Brody, on the sideline. She's so encouraging and just cheering so loud for her teammates, which is awesome. Drop pass. Foul called on the Reds. Ball awarded to Georgetown Visitation.
We've also seen that same energy on the fields from the players not quite engaged, In the play, they are still there and still talking to their teammates on the field the entire time. After the game, we'll be speaking to both Coach Annika Myers and Isabel Inslee, a captain for the Reds.
We have a drop ball, but a great check by Reagan, but didn't quite get there in the sphere, so the ball is awarded to Georgetown Visitation. We have some great defenders here. We have number 46, Lily Gherkin. She is called by her coach a workhorse. She's on the quieter side, but she doesn't stop hustling. And great save by Avery Mason.
That's it? No, that was a good.
Up check on Georgetown Visitation.
Some fans upset about that one.
Oh, I thought that was a good check.
The Reds are going to try to clear this ball up here. Ball's given to Ella Thanis.
Oh, that was a great defensive play by number 11, Annie Madden, who's committed to Drexel.
Let's go, Annie. There you go. Great play. Let's go, Annie.
She's been very strong on the ride this season for Georgetown.
Georgetown now has offensive possession, and it looks like the Reds are trying to have a mid-pressure defense currently.
Yeah, I think the Reds really need to work on clearing the ball, protecting their sticks. That was a great check, but I think they could have protected their sticks more, and it's harder.
All right, Sunnybell.
Go, Maeve.
Wow,
Yes.
great fight
Way to go.
by number 22, Quinn Murray, committed to Stanford. Great team this season.
Good hustle.
Georgetown Visitation's coach calling something out.
Seems like they have a play working with some of their stronger players. With the real cutting and passing action. Ball awarded to Roland Park Country School.
That seems to be a controversial call.
See if they can get this clear.
Great hustle by Carrington Walters, freshman. 6-4, Roland Park up by 2 with 6 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Keep it rolling, Black.
It's also nice to see that Georgetown Visitation, even though they're coming from far away, they have a lot of support from families and friends, and yeah.
This is huge for RPCS since she is a huge player for the team.
Yeah, she started majority of games this season. Great feed, balls down, Isabel is being double teamed.
The Red sideline unhappy about that.
Yeah. Aggressive play by Georgetown Visitation. Their defense has been very aggressive, but I think some people have
some communication by Georgetown Visitation on the defense. A little bit of confusion on the field.
Yeah, I think the shot clock's gotten a little messed up.
Seems that they will just continue to play.
Georgetown Visitation slides are amazing, but great save. Oh, and the rebound goes to Reagan Ramsey with a great goal, bottom corner.
Score is now 7-4. RPCS 7, Georgetown Visitation 4 with 5 minutes left until the half.
I feel like we're seeing a bit of a momentum shift for the Reds here as they're starting to pull away. What do you think, Tony Bell?
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like Georgetown Visitation has been great on their slides, but have been struggling with marking up on cutters. And I think if the Reds keep hitting those cutters, I think they'll be doing great.
Let's go, Black. Come on, turn it up on the offense, Black.
Reagan Ramsey's actually new to Roland Park Country School this year, despite being a junior. Maya, what has her coach said about her this year, new on the team?
Coach Myers has said she's a versatile, all-around threat that can score, feed, defend, and take the ball away, making her a crucial player to this Reds team.
Georgetown Visitation.
Go!
Good job, Chase.
It looked like they're trying to settle
Let's go,
on offense and
offense.
slow things down a bit.
Number 11 attacker Annie Matting, committed Drexel, gets the possession. She's doing a great job protecting her stick and being aggressive on both offense and defense.
What do you think Georgetown Visitation needs to kind of crawl back into this game?
I think they need to fight a little bit harder. Oh, that was a great shot. Number 22 for Georgetown Visitation, Quinn Murray, committed to
Way to go,
Stanford.
Black.
Speaking of
Nice,
Georgetown
Quinn.
Visitation coming back, that is a great goal.
Yeah, now the Reds are only up by 2, so it seems like Georgetown Visitation is creeping back. The Reds need to keep up their defense.
A lot of support we are hearing on the field from both teams.
Yeah, it seems like the stronger players for both teams have been playing majority of the game, which shows how reliable they are and how much the coach trusts them to keep hustling. Taking the draw, we have
Callista Connor. But possession is won by number 27, midfield Kenzie Rosses. She is committed to Notre Dame.
Let's see if Georgetown tries to speed up their offense so they can get more of a lead in this before the half.
Yeah, I think they definitely need to. I think they're trying to slow the ball down, but they definitely need this possession and a goal on this possession if they want to go into the quarter with a tie or a lead.
But we can tell they're also not feeling rushed at all. They're still setting up exactly how they were before. That was a great shot by number 22.
Yeah, there was a slide by the Reds, but not a lot of communication, so there was an open player, which I feel like the Reds are kind of hard to hear on defense, which they can improve on.
That shot was by Quinn Murray.
A great, strong sidearm shot by her. Reds really need to communicate on these picks.
Yeah, we can see the defense kind of slowing down for the Reds a bit. So they're going to need to keep that up to keep their lead in this game.
Another missed shot by Quinn Murray. She's had a great game,
Go,
but
Black.
her shot placement has been a little off today.
That's a goal for number 27, midfielder Kenzie Rosses.
That was a corner snipe. She hit that right in that corner. Avery Mason didn't even have a chance on that one.
The score is now 7-6. Georgetown Visitation down by 1 point with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left until the half.
The Reds need to focus if they want to keep this lead going into the half.
How do you think these halftime conversations are going to go between the teams?
I don't think the coach Annika Myers will be too happy with the defense. Even she actually was a defender herself at Johns Hopkins, so I think she understands that the defense needs to communicate more. And I think for Georgetown Visitation, I think they really need to get these ground balls and get the balls in the air.
Yeah, I think that's been a huge difference is the communication for both the teams. We see Georgetown Visitation communicating a ton on both sides of the field, but RPCS needs to bring that up a little bit, I think, to control their lead.
RPCS now has possession. the score before the half so they can.
Ooh, and that's knocked away by number 42, Addie Collins. And that's another great play by
Commentation, but RPCS should have
Great ground ball, but the ref calls a foul on Georgetown Visitation, so there will be an 8-meter awarded to Grace Holthouse, committed to Bucknell. And the goalie for Visitation is also committed to Bucknell, Addie Moore, so be interested to see them on a team together in the future.
And that's a goal for the Reds.
Great shot by Grace, right bottom off stick side for the goalie. Great shot.
Her coach does say she is a great shooter with both of her hands and a solid assister, and she also has great vision.
The score is now 8-6 with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. You on my screen?
The Coach Collins doesn't seem very happy with the ground balls by Visitation. I think they really need to step that up going into the second half. Ball on the defensive end. Big ground ball muddle. Both teams fighting very hard.
But number 22, Quinn Murray for Georgetown, controls it and is knocked over.
Yeah, that was a check from behind and a trip. We know Quinn Murray has had a great shot, so hopefully goalie Avery Mason can keep up with her speed.
What do you think about Avery Mason's performance in this game so far?
I think she's been crucial for the Reds.
And that is another goal for Georgetown Visitation, making the score 8-7. The Reds still in the lead with 55 seconds remaining.
Number 27, Kenzie Rassis.
A bit of a regroup for the Reds right now. We see number 23, Callista Connor, talking to the team.
Yeah, the Reds seem to have a good job of bringing it together after every goal to talk about what they need to work on, which shows that they're working on their communication.
Yeah, I think that's a key element in this game so far, is being able to regroup and move on after the goal.
Keep your level up.
Let's see if Georgetown will be able to tie in this next minute or
Or will the Reds pull away and go into the half with a 2-game lead? Possession game, Georgetown Visitation. Coach Collins is calling up a play for Visitation with 30 seconds. It seems like they're slowing it down, but will pick up the pace very soon because there is only 25 seconds left on the clock.
They've been doing that.
Yeah.
I've seen that during the course of this game.
Number 21 is slowing down the pace, but it looks like they're speeding up, setting up a play.
We've seen how good Georgetown Visitation has been.
Tying it up right with only 9 seconds remaining.
Let's go,
I
Hope!
believe that is number 27, Kenzie Rassis'
Great finish,
second
Ken!
goal within the
Good
last
job,
2
Black.
minutes, which is exceptional by her, being able to get open and hustle. The Reds need to focus because the ball... Only 9 seconds left in the half.
Georgetown Visitation's coach very locked in as he just, I think, called a play.
Yeah, it seems Georgetown Visitation will try to pull a quick goal if they win this possession.
The game is tied 8-8. Number 25 for RPCS getting control of the ball, running up the sideline.
1 second left. They need a shot. Oh, and the clock has run out. We will be taking a around 10-minute break for halftime. Both teams have hustled very hard this game, so we'll be interested to see who will come out on top.
This has been a very exciting game so far. Tenneville, what are you looking to see and what do you think is going to happen in the second half?
I think second half, the Reds really need to step up their communication, and I believe that Coach Annika will most likely be talking about that in the huddle at the moment. And Maya, how do you think Georgetown Visitation needs to keep up if they can win this game?
I think they're going to need to keep their energy up and their communication up, but I think also play really good defense because that's where they have gotten most of the goals scored is lack of communication. So I think that'll be a crucial part in the second half. What about you, Clara?
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if the teams keep playing their fast-paced offense because they both have lots of fast breaks so far.
I vaguely remember Ovechkin scoring the tie.
Coach Collins mentioned to me in the pregame interview that Georgetown Visitation knows that anytime they come to Baltimore, they will have stiff competition, and the Reds know that Georgetown Visitation has done great in their league in Washington, D.C. So we will be interested to see who will come out on top of this game. It's a pretty even matchup, 8-8 going into the third quarter, and we have 7 minutes left in the half.
You don't get the full appreciation for like the rink
We have about 3 minutes remaining at halftime. Maya, I have a question. How do you think Georgetown Visitation, do you think they're going to come out strong, or do you think maybe they'll need to gain momentum?
I think that was a definitely strong huddle, but I think they are still going to have to gain some momentum, but it has already been a strong start. And we can see some of the girls already getting warmed up, so that's an indication of some exciting play.
Yeah, and I think the Reds are really known for coming out strong in quarters. I think occasionally they do lose momentum, but I think as long as they just keep doing what they're doing, I think both teams are doing a great job and just hustling very hard. Clara, how do you think their chat went?
I think it went well. I'll be interested to see if they're able to keep up their lead or if Georgetown Visitation will take the lead this half.
Yeah, I believe we'll stay with a close game this half.
It's very interesting because there's been two big injuries for the Reds. Player Lila Barish and Mackenzie Becker have both teared their ACLs, and Mackenzie Becker has a wrist injury as well. How do you think that has affected them in this game?
I think Lila Barish, as a captain, she's a great leader for the team, but I also think that the defense lost someone who communicates very well, so I think that's why they need to step it up more. And we've also heard that Lila Barish is actually a straight A student, and she's not playing lacrosse in college, but she's going to Richmond, which is a very great school, so really happy for her that she's doing well out of sports. And Mackenzie Becker is also a great student and a great friend in school. She's been hurt for about a year with ACL injury. She retore her ACL actually, so she's had a long road to recovery, but she works very hard at physical therapy, and yeah.
Her coach does say that she is an incredible teammate despite this ACL tear and broken wrist. She is always supporting the team in any way that they need.
And we have starting for Georgetown Visitation, we have Grace Deeren. On defense, we have Grace Deeren, Megan Mayer, Kate Lesniewski, and Addie Collins. Starting on attack, we have Chase Hobson, Annie Madden, Cleary DeFore, Hope Ballard. And starting on midfield, we have Maeve McCarthy, Quinn Murray, and Kenzie Rassis. Say it now, say it now.
Let's go, Black!
Say it now. Say it now. Say it. Starting for Roland Park Country School, we have Ella Thanis on defense, Lily Gherkin, Hadley Rue, Caitlin Williams. On attack, we have Minnie Birch, Charlotte Dent, Grace Holthouse, Isabel Inslee, and on midfield, we have Callista Connor, Reagan Ramsey, and Isabel taking the draw.
RPCS just recovered their draw and they are now on offense.
Both teams have been doing great on the draw. I think it's been pretty even with possessions, but the Reds need to get the ground balls a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Great drive by Grace Holthouse. Wow.
And that's a goal for the Reds, number 25, Grace Holthouse.
Impeccable shot placement. I mean, she's been great this game. I think she has 3 or 2 goals. That's amazing.
Yeah, she is a great shooter, like her coach says, and also she excels in academics at RPCS.
Yes, and she's committed to Bucknell, which is a very high academic school, so it's very exciting for her.
That was a great scoring drive by the Reds. They had good job maintaining possession and made great passes.
The score is now 9-8 with the Reds in the lead in the third period.
Let's go, Black!
Taking the draw, we have mixing things up. We have Reagan Ramsey taking the draw, while Callista and Grace are on the circle.
Ball is controlled by number 27, Kenzie Russ.
RPCS is playing tough defense right now, trying to prevent Georgetown from getting across the line.
Yeah, they're doing a great job on the ride, keeping up, but Georgetown Visitation is doing a great job clearing the ball under 20 seconds.
Absolutely.
Georgetown seems to be slowing down the offense and maintaining control.
Yeah, I think we've seen that a lot from Georgetown Visitation so far in the game, that they've really slowed down their offense, taking time to get set up and not rush into things.
Call, 8-meter called, but the goal is awarded to Georgetown Visitation. I think, personally, I've seen a lot of poise with all the star players for Georgetown Visitation. I think they're not forcing things, and I think that's what's leading to their success.
The score is now tied at 9.
Yeah, and adding on to Tennybell, I think that's something that the Reds could improve on, is settling down before they start their offensive plays.
Yeah, I think Georgetown Visitation is noticing that the Reds are a little bit weaker on the ride, so they're adding a lot of pressure, which is definitely showing with the turnovers.
We are tied at 9-9 with 10 minutes remaining in the third period. Tennybell, how do you think both teams, and Clara, how do you think both teams have come out so far in the second half?
I think Georgetown Visitation is playing very strong. I think their draw possessions, I think that's what's hurting the Reds the most, is how good they are at getting to that draw and fighting for the ball. Clara, how do you think the Reds need to pick it up?
I agree. I think they need to pick it up by slowing things down more on offense so that they can.
That's a Georgetown Visitation.
That was a really unlucky play. The ball hit off Avery Mason but rolled back into the goal, which is tough for her, but she's done so great this game, she shouldn't be worried about a small mistake.
Her coach does say that she thrives in high-pressure situations and is an incredible vocal leader in and out of the cage. And I think we're definitely seeing that trait in this game so far as she's been communicating with her teammates.
Yeah, she's also a soccer goalie, and the Roland Park Country School Reds did win the B Conference Championship for soccer this season. So she's just a great all-around athlete and does really well in school too. Now we can see this ball goes out. Callista Connor with a light possession gets it over with a slow break.
Yeah, Avery Mason is also great in school, excels in her academics, but she is committed to USC, and we can tell that she brings athleticism and energy onto the field.
RPCS trying to drive right now.
That's good help.
That was some great help defense.
Georgetown is playing high pressure defense.
Oh, the immediate double on Isabel Inslee shows how well she is at driving and how teams know that she's a threat. Now she likes to take this shot from the 8. She has perfect shot placement. We'll see if she'll be able to crank it.
Inslee shot that right over top of the goal, but the Coach Collins from Georgetown Visitation is very into the game right now, and I don't think he was happy by the previous play from his team.
Yeah, Georgetown Visitation did a great job getting their sticks. They're a very fast defense. They're doing a great job on getting on the 1v1s and sliding to help their teammates, which is definitely why the Reds are struggling to get a goal at this possession.
Yeah, this has been a great defensive sprint from them. A call on the field.
Shooting space.
Step towards her.
The Reds now have an 8-meter shot.
Taken by Callista Connor.
She looks like she's gonna run in, and try to shoot.
Got it.
And she
Gets
scored.
that.
Great off-hip shot by Callista Connor. She has had so many goals this season and a very crucial player for the Roland Park Reds.
The score is now tied at 10 with 8 minutes left.
We've seen that Callista Connor contributes on both ends of the field, showing her great shooting abilities, but also her impeccable defense. She is very smooth with the ball and has excellent skill work according to her coach.
Yeah, I think Coach Annika has been very impressed with the middies this season. They have gotten plenty of playing time and just have really showcased their abilities very well. And a little trip up by Kenzie Rassis. Great hustle, Reagan Ramsey,
That was
getting to that ball.
Great play by her. She slows down the offense for the Reds.
RPCS doing a good job of slowing down their offense right now and not rushing into things.
Yeah, I think they really need to slow down their offense because of how hard the middies work. Oh, great feed and a goal by freshman Josie Staley, new to the team this year, and that was an impeccable shot. She's been great starting and hustling very hard.
Josie Staley, according to her coach, has excellent ball IQ and handles pressure well, which has been shown on the field today. That was a great goal.
Yeah, it's very impressive as a freshman being able to play with such high defenders. And now we have a timeout called by the Reds, I believe, to get a little bit of a break.
The score is currently 11-10. The Reds up with 7 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Yeah, this has been a really fun game. How do you feel about this game, Clara?
Yeah, it's been very back and forth. Like, lots of lead changes already in this quarter alone.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think it's been very back and forth, and I think both teams have really stepped up this game. Maya, how do you think the hustle has been for both teams?
I think both teams have been hustling tremendously well throughout the game, both on the defensive and offensive end, and that's why the game is so close.
Yeah, I think also we just saw ending before this timeout, Reagan Ramsey's great hustle when Kenzie Rassis had a little bit of a slip up and she came up and she hustled for that ball and won the possession for the Reds and they got a goal. So that's just amazing by a player who plays on both sides of the field.
Yeah, and I think it's the little plays like that that can really impact the game.
Yeah, I agree, especially in a close game like this. Plays like that are so crucial to the team.
Yeah, and circling back to hustle, I think that's why every player needs to keep that up throughout the game.
I agree. Roland Park Country School has a lot of freshmen that have been really stepping up to the plate, which is very exciting. So they only have 2 seniors on the team. One is Lila Barish, who's injured, and the other is goalie Blythe Gemmel, committed to George Washington University. So having new players really is helping them.
Yeah, we can see how that is going to shape the team in the future years to come. So it's very exciting for the Reds.
And if I'm correct, I believe that the Reds did lose to Georgetown Visitation last year in the Morgan's Message game. So hopefully the Reds can pull through with a win today, but it seems like Georgetown Visitation is really pulling up with a strong fight.
Yeah, there will be a lot of credit to the freshmen if the Reds are able to win this game.
Great possession by, oh wow. That is a great interception by Reagan Ramsey. She's played amazing this game and done a great job slowing the ball down. And ball's behind with Minnie Birch. The Reds are getting wide to hopefully slow the ball down, maybe get a feed.
Yeah, this seems great. They're really setting up what they want to do, which is necessary for them in this game.
Georgetown Visitation is being very loud on defense and calling things.
Cradled it into her.
That was a penalty on number 27 for Georgetown, 22 for Georgetown Visitation.
That was Quinn Murray.
She's been a great player for Georgetown Visitation and also is committed to Stanford. Wow, great pass into the middle and, oh, was that in? Oh, I think it went in.
Shot on goal, but it went off the rim and the goal safety.
That was a great shot, but just
Callista
didn't quite
Connor
get it.
just nicks the post, almost there, but a drop pass by Georgetown Visitation, and the Reds will gain the possession. It's the little mistakes like that that do make a difference, but
I think she's bounced back pretty well, already locking in on defense.
RPCS is doing great right now, controlling the transitions, making sure they get the most of their time on offense.
I also noticed something that the goalie, Addie Moore, she is being so active, trying to go behind the goal, attempting interceptions, which really, I think, helps the team keep their energy up and keep their hustle.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a great goal by number
Great
18
goal.
for the Reds. That
With
was
a fake flip. Reagan Ramsey, I mean, played impeccable today, really making a difference on the field with her starting off the quarter with an interception.
absolutely. We did hear that she had a bit of a hurt back, but she seems to be playing through that and playing very well.
Clara, how do you think Reagan's made an impact on the team?
I think right now in this game she is their star player and made such an impact by keeping their possession and scoring most of their shots.
Yeah, I think the Reds' shot placement has been great this game, really not giving goalie Addie Moore many opportunities to make big saves.
Yeah, Reagan Ramsey has been an all-around threat in this game. That's a little slip up for Georgetown
Another
Visitation.
drop pass by Georgetown Visitation. These rides are they're really having a hard time on this ride, making smart passes. They really need to step that up if they want to keep up.
Yeah, do you feel that who's controlling the tempo right now?
I believe that both teams are having a great hustle, but I think it seems the Visitation is getting a little bit frustrated, and I think they need to keep up their energy if they want to.
Yeah, I think they're going to really need to regroup in order to come back in this game since they are down by 2 with 5 minutes remaining.
Great save, Addie Moore.
Yeah, Georgetown will now attempt to clear the ball. And let's see if they can do this since Roland Park has been very great at stopping this in the previous plays.
Yeah, we're seeing some great pressure by number 22 on the Reds.
Yeah, Georgetown really needs to keep their passes up, but they're still doing a great job running the ball. We can really see a showcase of their speed and athleticism in this game today.
Absolutely. They've been very quick to get up and down the court. I mean, not the field. And if RPCS hasn't stopped them, which Josie Staley has been doing a great job of.
Great defensive stop. Wow. Great ground ball. Charlotte Dent, committed to Georgetown, picks that up, uses her speed. Great pass to Callista Connor. Callista Connor has showcased herself as one of the faster players on this team, being able to clear the ball as a midi. Wow. That was an amazing sequence of plays by a great pass, by Charlotte Dent, getting that ground ball. And
yeah, that was a great fast drive by Roland Park. As we've seen, they've done a great job both stopping clears from Georgetown and completing their clears to the other side of the field.
Yeah, I think both teams are very fast-paced, but I think the Reds are gaining some momentum, and hopefully they'll keep that up as the score is.
We're seeing some energy from the sideline for the Reds, while the Georgetown one is a bit more quiet.
And we have 13-10 going in with 4 minutes in the third quarter.
Teddy Bell, what do you think Georgetown Visitation is going to do if they want to come back in this game?
I think Georgetown Visitation just needs to keep their heads up. I mean, little mistakes don't impact the whole game, and I think small things like that, like winning a good draw possession, are really gonna help them this game.
Absolutely.
As we can see now, Roland Park is being high pressing the ball very much. It's kind of been able to get most of the teams at third.
Yeah, I do feel this has been a momentum shift for the Reds so far, so I'm curious to talk to Coach Annika about what she said in that halftime and how she feels the Reds came out.
Let's get one.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the team really just, if they keep up this hustle and hard work, I think the Reds can come out on top, but Georgetown Visitation is putting up a great fight, and the Reds do not want number 22, Quinn Murray, to get her hands free. She has a great shot, and it's really hurting the Reds.
Yeah, you can see the Reds regrouping after that one. having a quick conversation.
That was an impressive sidearm shot with lots of speed.
Yeah, I think like the Reds defense really doesn't want these Georgetown Visitation attackers getting their hands free. They all have very strong shots, and it's hurting them at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's been the biggest decider in this game is the defense of both of the teams. Timbo, how do you think that has affected the game?
I think defensively, I think they just really need to work on sliding because Georgetown Visitation did a great job sliding at the beginning, but not as well and they were leaving their cutters open, which is tough. And
They fight for the ball, but Georgetown Visitation's Maeve McCarthy controls it. Maeve McCarthy is going to Virginia Tech.
yeah, they actually have 2 players on the Georgetown Visitation team going to Virginia Tech, which is exciting that they'll be teammates in the future.
Yeah, the other one is Addie Collins, so that's an exciting future teammate relationship.
Ball's up top with number 11, Annie Madden, going down low. It seems to be they're looking for cutters. Roland Park really needs to stay tight. That's great 1v1 defense by Reagan Ramsey.
Yeah, they're pressuring a lot on the defense, and Roland Park is really stepping up in the first half with their defensive skills.
I agree completely.
Yeah, I think that's been a great decider so far in the game is Roland Park has really stepped up their defense, which has made a huge impact and on not only Georgetown Visitation's goal scoring, but also the energy on the field.
And we have an illegal pick called on number 27. She does not seem very happy about that call, and the ball is awarded to Carrington Walters, and the Reds will hope to clear this ball.
There is 2 minutes remaining in the quarter with Reds up 2.
Carrington was moving down that field. She's a great freshman. I mean, her coach says that she shows promise in the program in the future, which really shows how amazing she is on the field.
Absolutely.
Now ball's down low with Josie Staley.
Some communication by the Reds on offense. This is very key.
I think something that's hurting Georgetown Visitation will be the calls. I think they've been a little bit too aggressive, and they are getting those calls, and those 8 meters are not helpful.
Yeah.
Clara, have you agreed with the calls so far in this game?
I think I have, but there have been a lot, so let's see if Georgetown can fix that up in the next quarter.
That's number 5.
What a goal.
Minnie Birch with the goal for the Reds. That was a exceptional goal.
She has been amazing this season. I mean, she has had so many goals. She's had, I believe, several games with hat tricks against very high-level teams. So she's been very reliable for the Reds, and her shot placement is amazing.
We've seen the Reds execute a ton of those 8-meter shots, and I think that really is hurting Georgetown Visitation so far. So their defense is going to have to be a little bit more careful of not getting those calls.
Yeah, I agree.
And the score is now 14-11 with
51 seconds remaining.
Ball's up high on the ground.
And it is controlled by the Reds.
Georgetown Visitation doesn't seem very happy about these ground balls. They're having a tough time, but the defense has gotten a lot of action this game, and I think they're really stepping up. But I think they need to hustle more.
Coach Collins is asking for a stop from his team. That would be a big play to end the quarter.
let's see if the Reds can do anything.
Wow! For number 25, Grace Holthouse.
I mean, her shot placement has been amazing this game.
Yeah, absolutely. She is a great shooter for the Reds.
Yeah, I'm sure the goalie Addie Moore does not like getting shots from her because her placement is amazing. And we have 18 seconds left remaining. Reds are up by 4, 15-11.
Since we know you are a goalie, what is the mental toughness that is required for this position?
Yeah, as a goalie, I think that when a team goes on a scoring streak like the Reds have, I think it's very hard to keep my head up. But I think goalie Addie Moore has done a great job making some saves for her team, and I think it's important that her team builds her up and keeps her ready. Hopefully the Reds.
And that is a quick goal with now 9 seconds left.
That's a
by
tough
Georgetown
shot.
Visitation.
That's a tough shot. I believe Avery Mason might want that one back. She's had a couple that have hit off her stick and gone in the goal, which is probably very frustrating, but I think she needs to pick up her head.
Yeah, that was a great job by Georgetown Visitation, realizing that they needed to step things up and play faster.
We've got 9 seconds remaining with the Reds up by 3. How do you think this last quarter will decide the outcome of the game?
I think this last quarter will, I think whichever team hustles the most in this quarter, they're both very good teams, will win this game. Great save.
That was a great save by Roland Park Country School's goalie is
Avery Mason, I mean, she got low and she popped up for that. Those are very tough shots to get, and I'm very impressed with that.
That was also a great display of energy from Georgetown Visitation, their urgency and hustle for that shot.
Yeah, I think they're doing a great job playing fast pace, for sure.
And it's still a very close game, so we'll see the energy that both teams come out with out of this quarter.
Yeah, I believe anything can happen in this quarter, and I think whichever team hustles hard. Maya, how do you think the hustle has been in this quarter?
I think both teams have really stepped it up coming out of halftime, and I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to keep that up throughout the rest of the game.
Yes, I agree. I think the Reds did a very great job on their transitions, both defensively and offensively.
Yeah, I think Georgetown Visitation made a couple of mistakes that they probably want to have back, but they're still keeping up a great fight, and this has been a very close and exciting game.
Yeah, and there's no doubt that they can come back since the score is only 15-12. Do you think they can come back, Tannibal?
I think they 100% can come back. I don't think the Reds should ever slack off because they should never underestimate this team because they're very good at fighting back, and we saw that with those quick pace goals.
Yeah,
So.
I agree. I think RPCS is going to really have to keep up that energy, and Georgetown is also going to have to display that as well.
Yeah, I think Georgetown just needs to keep fighting, and even though they're down, I think they should keep their heads up to keep hustling.
Clara, what individual performances have stood out to you so far?
I think, personally, that Reagan Ramsey has showed a great performance for the Reds since she has scored many goals and been a great leader for the team so far this game.
Tannibal, what about you?
I think on Georgetown Visitation, Kenzie Rassis has done a great job. She's gotten a lot of draw possessions that have gone right to her stick, and her shot placement has been impeccable. And she's been very crucial for this team with having that end of the quarter goal where she came down and shot it right in the corner.
I agree with that. I feel like we've called her name so many times during this game, and that's just a testimony to how impactful she has been.
Yeah, 100%.
We're starting the fourth period.
15-12 Reds. On the draw, we have Calista Connor and Kenzie Rassis, both very good players for their teams, and we'd be interested to see who will win this possession.
Yep. Timbo, what are you looking for in both of these teams in the fourth quarter?
Personally, from the Reds, I'm really looking for communication, and on Georgetown Visitation side, I'm really looking for them to keep their heads up and not really get down on themselves if they start losing.
Yeah, I agree with those 2 points completely. I think communication is going to be a very big testimony to see if the Reds will take this one and keep their lead.
Yeah, I agree. I think this has been a very fast-paced game, and I think it will continue to be a fast-paced game. And we have balls up top with Reagan Ramsey. She's looking to drive.
And
Great slide, but
ooh, the ball knocked out, but
double
controlled.
team, wow. Oh, that was an amazing play.
That was a great save by the Georgetown goalie.
Great cut by Grace Holthouse. I mean, she's been playing amazing. And we have another 8-meter for Georgetown Visitation. These 8 meters have been very hard for them, and we know Grace has great shot placement.
I've noticed that the Georgetown defense has done a great job on the pressure, not letting them.
Seems like she's taking this one from the 8.
Let's see if they can execute this play.
That is a great save by goalie Addie Moore on her future teammate. And she's played very well this game with those off-stick saves, which are very hard to make. Seems like Georgetown is really clearing the ball with ease. Why do you think that is? Either one.
Well, I think they hadn't been doing that so much last quarter, so maybe they talked about that during the quarter break. So that's their motivation for this quarter, to get better on those transitions.
I agree, and you can see both the coaches have been very locked in to both of the games, both directing their players in the right way and keeping up the energy.
You can see number 22, Quinn Murray, getting her hands free and just taking those shots, even though they haven't always been on goal. I think she's doing a great job getting her hands free to take those shots. And number 27, Kenzie Rassis, seems to be getting face guarded by Callista Connor.
Oh, and that is a goal for Georgetown Visitation by number 22,
Great job,
Quinn Murray.
defense. Good job, Addie.
That is great shot placement, low bouncers. Those are very tough shots. And I think the Reds' defense, I think they really need to focus because it's 15-13. Clara, why do you think Georgetown Visitation has come back?
I think they've come back mostly because last quarter they had some things that they were having trouble with. So this quarter, I think they've realized they've noticed their troubles and found ways to solve them.
I totally agree.
Yeah, and so Georgetown Visitation is only down by 2 now with 9 minutes remaining.
Yeah, this is tough for the Reds. They're definitely upset about this one. Coach Annika Myers is definitely wants these, and I mean, just an easy. Kenzie Rassis making it look easy on the draw. She's played great this season, and
Yeah,
I mean, the draw possessions by her are amazing.
absolutely, we've seen that. And how do you think these draw possessions really play into the results of the game?
I think that like when either team gets the ball, they usually score. So draw possessions are extremely important for both teams.
Oh, and that's another goal for Georgetown Visitation.
They have really come back this quarter so far.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think RPCS is going to need to do?
I think they need to communicate more, and I think they just need to step up. I feel like it seems the energy has gone down. Do you all agree?
I agree.
I also think they need to win those possessions at the draw so that they can have a chance with their offense to straighten their lead.
Yeah, I think Callista needs to really work hard to push this draw the way she wants it, and it's going to Kenzie Rassis a lot, and I think that's what's hurting the Reds on the draw.
Yeah, the Reds are now up by 1 with 9 minutes left.
Yeah, I think they're absolutely going to have to identify Kenzie and really step up the defense on her.
With only 3 minutes, Visitation has scored 2 goals, which is the Reds are not happy about this, and I think
No, and we can see that by Coach Annika's
Wow.
reaction on the sideline.
great hustle, Reagan Ramsey. She's had some minor injuries and seems to be getting pretty beat up in this game, so we hope that she is okay and we'll keep hustling it.
Let's see if the Reds will be able to extend their lead right now since they have been mostly playing defense this quarter so far.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think getting possession is the most important thing for both teams.
Yeah, I think the Reds are definitely going to have to regroup and settle down so that they can still control this game and not forget that they are still leading by 1 and they are in this game.
Wow, Grace. Yellow card on... Can't see the number quite yet, but there's a yellow card on Georgetown Visitation. I believe this will be releasable if Grace scores this goal. So on number 47, Nora Gormson. Let's see if Grace can put one in. Wow.
Oh, and that is getting knocked to the ground, and she just immediately bangs that in the bottom corner.
It was a great crash on the defense, but thankfully RPCS was able to get that goal.
Yeah, that was a beautiful goal, and that was definitely necessary for the Reds right now in this game.
It seems like there's a little singing on the sideline for the Reds, which shows that they're a great team and they really value each other as teammates.
Yeah, and I think that really shows that their energy is still up, which is very important in this game since it has been a very back and forth one.
I agree. I think, are there any players on either teams, Clara, that have stuck out to you?
For me, not players in general, but the defenses on both teams have been great so far.
Yeah, I agree.
Georgetown Visitation controlling this draw. The score is 16-14. The Reds up by 2 with 8 minutes remaining.
Yeah, I think Georgetown Visitation is making these draws look very easy, and I think that's hurting the Reds a lot offensively. Oh! Great interception by Calista Connor, but an illegal check by number 27, Kenzie Rassis. That was a great interception by Calista. She really got her stick in there and hustled for that ball. Maya, how do you think she's played this game?
I think she's played really well. I think she's hustled tremendously, and it's been a key factor for their team.
I completely agree. Right now, I can hear the goalie Addie Moore communicating to her defenders, which I think is very important for her team, and I think she, as a goalie myself, I think having good communication really steps up the team defense, and I think that's really working for them. That is some great defense, but an unlucky bounce into the goal.
I wasn't so sure that was supposed to be a shot on goal. It might have meant to be a pass, but I got it.
It's very interesting because I feel like personally, I feel that Georgetown Visitation has really been controlling the pace of this game, but the Reds have been executing, and I think that Georgetown needs to step up their defense.
I agree. I think that might have hit off some sticks. That's a tough shot, and just bounced off some sticks and right in the corner, weird bounce. It's tough for goalie Addie Moore, and I think she shouldn't blame herself for that one because that was unlucky.
All right, the Reds are up by 3 with 7 minutes left until the end of the game.
I really believe that anything can happen in these next 7 minutes. What do you guys think?
I think that's absolutely correct. We've seen some very quick goal scoring by both teams, and so 7 minutes is plenty of time for things to change.
Yeah, that great check, but it seems like the Reds lost that ball, and that's a great hustle play for that ground ball. Visitation is going to go up by 1 goal, 15-17. That was a interesting sequence of events for both teams.
Yeah, you can tell Roland Park Country School's goalie was not happy about that one at all.
It seems she's a little frustrated with her teammates. I think they shouldn't have let that happen.
Yeah, goalie Avery Mason had taken a chance to get that ground ball, which Georgetown Visitation had recognized and shot in.
Yeah, that was an amazing recognition by Georgetown Visitation.
Yeah, I think their ground balls are really helping, and I think getting that rebound was very important for Visitation, and I think it seems, do you guys agree? I feel like it seems like Visitation is gaining momentum, and
I think they definitely are gaining momentum. We saw the Reds kind of shift and score a couple goals, but it seems that the momentum is really turning in Georgetown Visitation's favor.
Yeah, I'm also very interested because of the Kenzie Rassis has won almost every draw this quarter and is still competing with the draw against Calista Connor. Another goal down for Visitation. Kenzie fighting for that ground ball and popping it right over goalie Avery Mason's head. I mean, that's a really tough shot. I think the Reds defense really needs to focus if they want to keep this win and keep this lead.
Yeah, that is absolutely a very tough shot considering Avery Mason is very tall. She's 5'11", and she is a great goalie, and so that's an incredible shot.
Yeah, timeout very much needed, called by the Reds. I think this is a good time for them to take a rest. I think defense has had a lot of runs, and I think having this timeout is really, Coach Annika Myers is probably not going to be too happy about this.
What do you think the message is in either side of the huddle right now?
I think the message is just, it seems like they're kind of giving up on certain plays, and I think they need to keep hustling. What about you, Clara?
I think the message will be the same as that, but it'll be interesting to see if the Reds will be able to keep their lead or if Georgetown will continue to grow on them.
Yeah, this is a very exciting game. The Reds are only up by 1. We have 6 minutes remaining in the game. And so, Tamo, what do you think the Reds are going to have to do to keep this lead?
I think they need to keep their heads up. I mean, small mistakes, yes, small mistakes are very hard, but I think I've noticed in this quarter a momentum shift between Visitation getting a lot higher energy and Roland Park's losing some of their energy. And I think if they keep on that path, I think Georgetown Visitation will earn the win today.
Yeah, I think there's a very good chance that they are going to come back, and I think we're going to really see a very close back and forth game in these final minutes.
Yeah, the draw will be a key factor in these next 6 minutes to see which team gets possession.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm very interested because it seems like Calista Connor has done almost nearly every single draw, but it seems like the Reds are not winning this possession. So I think they might spice things up this quarter to hopefully get a possession in this draw, because Kenzie Rassis is dominating on this draw circle, and the Reds really need to fight for this if they're going to want to win.
Yeah, I agree.
Taking the draw, Calista Connor and Reagan Ramsey and Grace Wilthouse on the circle, and Kenzie Rassis taking the draw with number 22, Quinn Murray.
You can definitely tell by the sidelines reactions that this draw is going to be every draw is going to be a very key factor in this game.
Ball's bouncing around, Calista's fighting, but Visitation has won the possession again, but they're fighting for this. This has been tough for the Reds. I mean, they need to step up on the draw.
Yeah, Georgetown did a great job rushing to get that ball after they dropped it so they could recover it. They've been doing a great job on the ground with the balls.
Right now we can see Charlotte Dent playing defense, who's mainly has been playing attack for the Reds this season, but she's doing a great job, and she seems like a very flexible player, switching positions.
Absolutely.
It seems like Visitation is looking for cutters.
But they are really controlling the pace of the game, not rushing, taking their time to get the right play and the right shot that they want.
Yeah, the Reds are doing a great job keeping Visitation away right now, but we'll see who tires out first.
Yeah, the Reds have really been stepping up on their defense right now, and that is key, but there's a foul on the field.
Yeah, and we see Carrington Walters, freshman, playing great defense on a senior attacker, Annie Madden, but a slide has caused a turnover, and they now have an 8-meter. And I believe
This will be
Avery
a very
Mason,
big play.
if Avery Mason makes a save on this play, it'll be very crucial, and she's ripping it from the 8.
Yes! That's a goal for Annie Madden.
Top corner, that's really hurting the Reds. It is tied right now with 4 minutes left. If they want to win this game, they need to gain some momentum.
Yeah, there's definitely going to need to be an energy shift if the Reds want to pull this out.
This has been a very high-scoring game so far, which I'm impressed by. And let's see how many goals will be scored in the next 5-ish minutes.
Yeah, both the offenses have done impeccable this game, and I think defensively, I think whoever plays the better defense in these last minutes and wins these draws will take the game.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. Defense is really going to decide this game.
Yeah, and I mean, if Reds don't win this draw possession, it'll be a very big loss for them, and
They do not.
Georgetown recovers
balls
the ball.
goes right. Balls
to
go.
pass it back into
You can
their
see that
defense.
the Reds are pressuring very well right now against Georgetown Visitation.
The ball goes right to star midi Kenzie Rassis.
Georgetown is able to bring it down the field.
Yeah, Hope.
Let's go, Hope.
A tough pass, but a great catch.
Looks like they will be setting them to their slower offense so that they can get the
Pop
ball.
out. Pop out.
Charlotte Dent playing great behind the goal defense on number 20,
It's all about dodging.
23, Hope Ballard.
Spread out.
Teddybo, who do you think are going to be the key players that need to step up in these next 4 minutes?
I think nice save by Avery Mason. That was a tough shot, but great clear to Kara Walters. She's a very fast player.
Ooh, and she takes a bump.
She gets pushed by number 27 and loses the ball, but
She seems to be
possession will
limping
work.
a bit, but staying on the field.
Yeah, as a freshman, it's very hard physically playing against what a pass,
That
right
was
to
a
the
great pass.
right to the stick of Grace Holthouse.
Now I want you to look at number 9. She's really limping on the field.
Yeah, I think she might want to take a sub, or she might be okay. We don't really know.
Roland Park looking for cutters.
I think Georgetown Visitation not scoring on that drive is really important, and if the Reds get a goal here, I think their momentum will be shifted. Stuffed by Addie Moore, right on the circle. That was a great play by goalie.
Great save, Addie.
2 great saves by both the goalies, and really both goalies are stepping up this quarter for their teams.
It'll be interesting to see how Kara is able to play, since we saw her limping on her right ankle. So let's see how that affects her defensive play, since defense is a very key component in this game.
I think Roland Park needs to be worried about these Georgetown Visitation attackers getting their hands free, because they have some great shots and a low sidearm. They're very good at sidearm shots.
Yeah, there's lots of pressure on both teams right now, but we'll see how they do under that pressure and if they can maintain their things.
And you got a drive for number 22, Quinn Murray going to Stanford. Great pass, but a lost ball, and
Oh, nice.
disappointing the Reds did not pick that one up. They really needed that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a necessity for the Reds, but they were not able to.
I've also noticed that despite Kenzie Rassis being face guarded, she's using her defender as a pit. It's a great job on communicating. And we have 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and a great check by Kara Walters, and she will run it down. She has quite the speed.
Yeah, that ankle is not stopping her right now. But she is getting bumped a lot going on.
Running through people, and will now get the ball and try to run it more. Pass to Caitlin Williams, another freshman.
She's not.
A call on the field, but it seems to be very controversial.
Yeah, and I think the Reds freshmen have played great this game. That was a tough call on Georgetown Visitation.
There are 50 seconds remaining. It is still a tie game.
I believe that the Reds are going to want to hold this ball and then get an opportunity, but it seems there's some confusion.
Yeah.
Timeout called
By the Reds.
by the Reds. 17-17, 45 seconds remaining in the game.
It'll be interesting to see if they try to run a play right here or just try to get a goal.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if they're going to try to get the first goal they can, or if they're going to try to hold out the clock so they can win this game. Because I think Georgetown Visitation's offense is a very big threat, and they don't want to give that ball to them.
This has been a very exciting and very back and forth game so far.
Yeah,
What do you
this is.
expect to see from the Reds coming out?
I think they're going to want to slow this ball down, but I think Georgetown Visitation is going to come out with an aggressive defense and try to win the ball back. What do you think, Clara?
I agree. I think that both teams are going to have to settle themselves, even though there's only 45 seconds left, or else they will lose the ball due to pressure.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to handle themselves well under pressure if they're going to want to keep up and win this game.
Absolutely. I think we can see Coach Annika for the Reds directing her players right now. really talking to them, same as Coach Collins in their tight huddles.
Yeah, I think they really want to win this game. I think the Reds and Visitation have put up a really hard fight, and I think Annika would love to win this game for the team.
Who do you think that the Reds are going to really be trying to aim the ball to today?
I think they're going to want to try to get the ball to attack Grace Holthouse because, as we've all seen, her shot placement has been insane, and she's just a great player for the Reds, and I think she's very reliable. I also think that the Reds have come off the loss to NDP by a bit, and I think after losing, I think if they win this game, that would be a great motivation for their team this season.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. And at close games like this is where the mental aspect definitely comes in, and they have to really lock in. And yeah,
and Saturday games are always hard for both teams because it's just a very different experience. So it seems to be they're trying to hold the ball. They really don't want to turn over here, but you never know.
there are 30 seconds remaining. It's getting swung around.
It seems like they're putting the ball in the hands of Grace Holthouse.
And
What
that's
a
goal
shot!
for the Reds by Great Holthouse.
Right in the bottom corner. I mean, I told you, her shot placement has been amazing, and she's definitely been a key factor of this game. What do you guys think?
I think absolutely. She has been outstanding today and has really decided a lot of the game for the Reds. And Teddy Bill, you were right on track getting the ball to her. How do you think, Clara, how do you think that Georgetown Visitation is going to be able to come back in these next 24 seconds, if so?
First, I think they need to get the draw and then make sure that they aren't affected by the pressure of the Roland Park defense. And then just be fast but stay calm in the offense.
Absolutely. Everyone is at the edge of their seats.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think this draw possession is crucial for the Reds. And
they do control
And
it.
this is, I mean, they've been struggling with the draw, but this possession is probably the most important of the whole game. And Calissa's doing very well under pressure.
There
So
are 10
I think the
seconds.
Reds, if the Reds just keep on the holding this
Georgetown
ball.
is playing very much high pressure defense.
Ooh, the ball's
Ball's knocked
loose.
out, but she remains.
And she gets checked, and we have
Whistle.
3, 2, 1, and the Reds, the Roland Park Country School Reds have taken the win. That was such an exciting game. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we will have a post-game interview with Coach Annika Myers and Captain Isabel Inslee. So tune in for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Tenny Bell,
I'm Maya.
And I'm Clara.
signing off.